Chapter 18 of the Wise Enchanter. Restless dreams finally woke Michael. He saw that they'd all fallen asleep next to the magic book, and Sipho was lying on it, holding it tight. By the position of the moon in the sky and the darkness of the night, he guessed it was probably somewhere near midnight. There was so much light from the big moon that he could see everything as clearly as if it were day. In the distance, he saw what he thought was a low brick wall. This surprised him. The night felt heavy, as if the sky were pressing down on the earth. He looked around for the dormouse, but he was nowhere to be seen. Michael got up to see if he could find the dormouse. He wandered over the wide, sparse plain toward the low brick wall and a lonely tree whose branches caught the light of the setting moon. Suddenly, the dormouse exploded out of a clump of grass and leapt right into Michael's arms, almost knocking him over. Before he could say anything, the dormouse put both paws on Michael's lips. "Don't make a sound," he whispered. "One of his messengers is right here. And there are more, to be sure. They know about the magic book. Look what's happened." What? Michael had no idea where to look or what the dormouse was talking about. "The brick walls," the dormouse said. "They used to be part of a building, a respectable place of learning. Now it's all turning to dust. The walls have collapsed. No one learns anything anymore. The words to tell of its history are gone. They have been gone for the longest time. Trust me, I've lived in the Enchanted Islands for more years than you or I could count. We need to find our way out of this place, but you must see what I mean first." Michael and the dormouse crept quietly toward the ruins of the ancient place of learning. As they came closer, they heard strange noises. Hinges opened and closed. Something banged. There was a rustling and then a muttering, or rather a loud grumbling. Michael held his breath. Beyond the wall, he could see a figure. It was clear that the fellow was some kind of a rogue, for he was shouting and mumbling to himself as he scrambled around in a giant treasure chest, the lid of which was slightly open so that Michael and the dormouse could see that something within the chest glowed. "Treasure," Michael whispered. "He's some kind of pirate. What does he have in the chest?" He managed to hold his voice down to a whisper, and the dormouse looked at him with solemn eyes. "The most precious treasure in the world," the dormouse hissed through his front teeth. Michael inched closer until he was standing right up against the old stone walls and could feel them cool beneath his palms. The rogue took some of the treasure and stuffed it into a huge bag, which he held in front of him. Then he took more and more. A peculiar whispering filled the air. The whispering sounded mournful and appeared to be coming straight from the treasure chest and also from the sack. Michael noticed that the treasure seemed to be shimmering, moving, squirming, and jumping. "What is it? What's he got there?" "Words," said the dormouse softly. "Thousands of bright words that haven't been used for a long time. They're so precious that no treasure in the world is more valuable. The robber takes the shining words and feeds them to Urkel, who eats them and grows stronger. And as the light of each word vanishes, the world grows darker. Now you have seen. Look, do you see eyes in the darkness near the tree? Boxes. More messengers. I bet they're out snooping for more words. Maybe they have already caught wind of the magic book and are on their way to sniff it out. Wouldn't surprise me, you know, sir. Listen, I found a burrow nearby which leads underground into a large cave. I think we might be safe there for a while. We need to wake the others and make haste. That means hurry." "Wait, dormouse, wait. The round bag that the robber's holding so roguishly. I see something there in the way he's standing. He might be taking words, but he has no idea that I'm taking something from him. I have it. Quick, let's get to the magic book so that I can draw what I've seen. Then I promise we'll run far, far away from these rascals. The Dormouse sunk his claws into Michael's shoulder, scratching him as he held on for dear life, while Michael ran back to where the others were still fast asleep. He found the magic book tucked away in a bag, though he remembered Sifo resting his head on it as he fell asleep. He didn't think to check on his friends right then, but he looked over his shoulder to be sure no one was following him. Quickly, he drew what he'd seen. The urgent scratching of his drawing on the paper woke Rukmini from her faraway dreams. "What are you drawing?" she asked, half asleep. "It's a raggedy, rascally robber, robbing the world of words, standing there with his round sack. He didn't know it, but he gave us the R." The page shone as if the picture were alive, and a shimmer went down Michael's spine. "Where have you been?" Rukmini asked, and then she looked around her and cried out. She cried out. Oh dear, something must be scaring her. Here's the picture of the robber with the sack. Can you see the R? The robber holding his sack and his foot sticking out makes the R. Ooh, if you look at this side, I think you have an idea of what Rukmini was screaming about. I think if I saw that, I might scream too. We'll go on to chapter 19 soon.